Get to that later in the show. Yes, Train, I made it home safely. Thank you so much. 1st and 10 for Cam Newton. Carolina Panthers, the defending champs, looking to go back-to-back I formation as Newton drops back to pass. On 1st and 10, he's got the crosser. That is DJ Moore, also known as DJ Gimme More, also known as DJ Moss, and he puts the Panthers first play on the board. They take the lead 6-3.
Yeah, really aggressive there by the user Z-Star. He's underneath on that drag, playing it very, very aggressive, thinking Marlon Humphrey is going to be able to stay with DJ Moss. But as my man Porter would say, no way, no day. It's not happening. Carolina on the board. And I know my man Porter's watching somewhere right now, and he's smiling because his team might get it done back-to-back. Well, his team from Madden 19 doing it in Madden 20. I think it still counts, right? It's relative, right? At this point still. You get one cycle. Carry over, right?
Bailey Chivers in the chat asking, how long have you been playing for? This is season 42 overall. This is our 3rd season here in Madden 20. Finishing that one up. Shadow in the chat saying, yeah, Moore and Samuel together isn't fair. A shout out to Unisolated with the tier 1 sub. 23-month streak. Great time to be hitting that sub button right during the season 42 Super Bowl. How do the Baltimore Ravens respond after giving up a 1-play touchdown? It's a handoff to Geist, left side. Bomber, this Baltimore Ravens team last year, the reason why they didn't win this division was they struggled on defense. Much better this season, but I don't know if they faced a team quite as powerful as the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, explosive as the Panthers. They can put points up in a hurry. Let's talk about their defense real quick. Their 3rd points allowed, 4th yards allowed, 6th against the pass, 5th against the rush. That's the Baltimore Ravens. Completely a top 3 team, top 4 team defensively, and they have one of the most balanced attacks in the NBL, and they still, even with running the ball as much as they do, they're putting up 32 points per game, which is 2nd in the NBL.
T-Jax, yes, the shared emotes thing, it's a thing that Twitch is doing for the holiday season. Big Kep in the chat. Season 42 means 20 years less than Nick is old. That's uncalled for. 7-3 the score. Jackson dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Over the middle of the field, right over the linebacker. That's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Eric G asking, OSU, are you all right, man? Well, I've had 4 straight weeks of calling EA stuff, and then I spent the first half absolutely screaming at my television when Ohio State was just pooping the bed. So, and then I got to go to the Browns game for a half today. So it's been a long couple.
Hey, Pricey called that Ohio State game.
He called it real good. Yeah. Number 1's going down, baby. They did go down to number 2. Geist, left side, big hole. This is a guy, Bomber, I feel like is the key to the offense for the Baltimore Ravens. Darius Geist really loosens up the defense, and he's a guy that Baltimore wants to get rolling early.
Yeah, 24 years old. They brought him over here from the Washington Redskins. The GUIs, he's got the jukebox right now. So when he gets outside, you're going to see him try to square up the defender. And then he's going to use the jukebox, either bounce it inside, bounce it outside. But right there, you saw it. Trey Boston and this secondary are doing a phenomenal job in these pursuit angles, not allowing him really to get anything after contact.
Shout out to N-Train with the 20 months, the 5 emotes here in chat. Lamar Miller spelling Darius Geist. A little thunder and lightning action. They love Lamar Miller in this backup role, especially how lethal he is out of the backfield in the passing game.
Yeah, he's been a nice spell back, but like you said, 3-down halfback, on 3rd downs, he comes in the passing game, 25 catches, 370 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's just been a phenomenal backup halfback, maybe the best in the league.
Dubers in the chat saying, WTF, my Twitch switched to day mode. This whiteness is ugly. No need to call me names. As Geist, right side, 12 yards, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The ground and pound working for the Ravens as they get their first touchdown of the game and reclaim the lead.
Yeah, a little stroll down Central Park there for the Baltimore Ravens halfback. You saw Lamar Miller get it done. Now you're seeing a little bit of the GU ice. The running game is the strength of this offense. Nobody's denying that. But you got to see a little bit more effort from the Carolina Panthers, a little bit more pursuit, a little bit more on their toes. They got to be quicker. They got to be faster. In my Tom Brady voice, defensively for the Carolina Panthers to stand a chance tonight.
Rick Flair asking, what was the Darius Geist trade again? I want to say, was it a 3rd-round pick?
I would assume he got a 2nd at least.
Someone remind me. Slamfist asking OSU with Bombers line. Bro, at this point, they all sort of run together. We just all, like...
Well, I did copyright it, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I owe you money for that one. 1st and 10, McCaffrey left side, spins off of a tackle. Boy, C-Mac, how good is he for this Carolina Panthers team?
Yeah, a guy that's battled injuries through the first 3 seasons of Madden 20, NBL season 40, 41, 42, but he always seems to get healthy in the playoffs, at least some middle of the stretch in the playoffs. He always comes back and he makes an impact on the season. He averaged 6.8 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns, and I'll tell you what, if Geis thinks he's going to be the only halfback we're talking about in this game, he's absolutely wrong. McCaffrey has just been a bona fide stud here in big moments for Carolina.
Welcome to the network, baby. Monkey Bite asking who the halftime show is. Fun fact, it's actually the Black Eyed Peas again. We decided that, they deserved another shot at it. That's a big shout out to my man TK, Friday Night Football legend, gifting a Tier 1 sub to Double Voltage, who's too cheap to buy his own sub. That's 3 gift subs for TK. My man, good to see you. Baltimore's defense able to get in the backfield, bring down Cam Newton for a 4-yard sack. Now 2nd and 14, trips to the left side. One tight end on the right side of that formation. They are absolutely lethal at the wide receiver position with Samuel and Moore, and they're going to run a little RPO action and find the tight end Thomas right side. That'll take us to the end of one. 10-7, Baltimore on top.
Yeah, that was one pass so far in this, the entire probably playoffs where I look at. That was just a high-risk pass there for Cam Newton, only to pick up a few. I don't understand the call right there. Maybe they were looking more or less to hand the ball off. But to force it to Ian Thomas, a guy that only had 19 catches, $191, and 5 drops this season, seems a little risque at a 2nd and 14.
Big shout out to TK with the Tier 1 sub. Absolute legend, man. Thank you so much for supporting the NBL Network. 3rd down and 8. For the Carolina Panthers, down by 3. First drive was a 1-play touchdown. Second drive, looking for that angle route with McCaffrey. Oh, come on, Z. That's your patented play. You got to know it's coming. They don't give him the first down, and Carolina's going to be forced to punt this one away.
Yeah, just a missed opportunity there. Cam did kind of squeeze it in there. I didn't like that entire possession for Carolina. It just seemed a little forced once they got behind in the down and distance. Once it turned to 2nd and 14, they just seemed a little out of their element. Right there, an opportunity to pick up a 3rd down. Cam elects to throw it underneath on the angle route to CMC, and he just can't pick it up. Now Baltimore has an opportunity to extend this lead.
By the way, if Z-Star wins this game, is this like Jordan's flu game? Because we know Z-Star's, he's a little...
Well, I mean, if the conspiracy is true, if Jordan's flu game was self-inflicted, then yes, because...
And yes!
That's exactly... Oh.
Lamar's in trouble. Where you going, Lamar? Where you going? Shaq Thomas brings him down. Loss of 16 on the play.
Hey, now you got to wonder how aggressive Carolina defense is going to be here. Are they going to drop coverage and kind of maybe play over tops, protect the sticks, and just try to keep everything in front of them? Or are they going to send the heat and see if they can force Lamar Jackson into a turnover? I'm going to call it right now. 2nd and 26. Expect this to be a run from Baltimore.
By the way, this is where Carolina gets dangerous, both with Burns and with Jalen Myrick coming off the edge. Look out for the pressure. 2nd and 26. It's a pass for Lamar. 3-man rush from Carolina. Stepping and throwing right to Luke Kuechly. What were you thinking? You got to avoid Luke Kuechly at all costs. A major turnover giving Carolina great field position.
Yeah, and if you can't recognize 59 on the field, the goofy gear, courtesy of JB, the owner of the Panthers, really makes him stick out.
He looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain. Is he the Shredder
terrible.
out there?
It's almost at the point where, there needs to be a button that I can just go in there and click and put revert to original.
Revert to normal?
To normal, yeah.
Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us for the NBL season 42.
Gosh, that is really bad.
It's bad, man.
Worthy right there.
It's not quite the neck pads. 1st down and goal. Cam Newton, read option, hands it to McCaffrey. Big tackle. I thought McCaffrey was going to walk into the end zone. Instead, he'll pick up 6.
Yeah, that might be a touchdown-saving tackle there. We've seen some crazy things happen inside the 5. It's not easy pickings, especially against this big front of the Baltimore Ravens, led by Michael Pierce, the D tackle. You see him there, number 97. This is probably going to be a power run with Cam here.
Shout out to Rusta Busto with the 18 months at Tier 2. 10 emotes shared in chat. Appreciate it, Rusta Busto. Good to see you, man. 2nd down and goal. Oh, a little gun-heavy Panther looking like the comp game out here, and it's going to be Newton right up the middle, and it's a touchdown for the Panthers. They capitalize off the boneheaded throw right to Luke Kuechly. Cam putting the Panthers back on top.
Yeah, you just saw the Baltimore Ravens do something uncharacteristic of them this year. 16-0, going for the perfect season. Lamar Jackson takes a terrible sack, and it ends up being 2nd and 26 on their own 4, and then they compound the problem and the issue by throwing a turnover. At that point, I expected the Ravens to run the ball and maybe even run it on 3rd and just go ahead and punt that away and play some field position as they were up 3. Costly turnover. And points off turnovers is what's going to be the difference in the game, and Carolina already has 7 on that.
I see the chat saying, I picked JB just like you picked Ohio State to lose last night. I got some bad news for you, JB. 14-10, Carolina on top. Now Baltimore back on offense. Bomber, this feels like a game where it's going to be a battle of who can get the last stop.
Pricey's got the predictions of like a 7-year-old watching like a sports game and sports.
Picks his favorite colors.
He just picks whoever goes up early, first early. He just goes with them. That's where he's like, yeah, I felt like they were going to win.
I thought he was going to pick it. A shout out to N-Train gifting a tier 1 sub to Pricey. I thought it was like when they do the thing at right before the Super Bowl where the puppies pick which team they like.
We're going to see Pricey. No, a bunch of puppies running to pick the Super Bowl winner, and then
there's Pricey
on all fours.
Yeah, like the dogs all have like treats by the winners, and there's just like 2 joints sitting where the winners are. Guys, nice cutback inside. Give him 7. 10 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown for Darius Geis. Big way to start for Baltimore. But, man, Bomber, what was Z-Star doing throwing in at Luke Kuechly on the 10-yard line after taking a 16-yard sack?
Yeah, and he's got his X Factor activated right now. Let's see if Kuechly can make another play here in the passing attack.
Taking down a 2 gun bunch action for Lamar Jackson. You look right side underneath. Wow, that's Lamar Miller. Takes a big hit. Ooh. Holds on to it. I thought he might have. Was that a wheel route on the right side that looked open over the top?
I never had my head downfield. I knew where he was going. When you see Lamar Miller in the backfield on a 3rd and short, you know it's either angle route or something where he's whipping to the flat. And right there, that's what he does. James Bradbury, though, one of probably the best corner on this team, top to bottom. He makes a phenomenal hit there on Lamar Miller.
Lamar Jackson over the middle looking for Mark Andrews one more time to the 22-yard line. One of his favorite targets, and the one we haven't heard from so far, Bomber. We have not heard anything from Hollywood Brown.
Oh, and that's a guy that's kind of carried him this season. He's been the big play maker, an electric receiver. I think they have Jackson on him right now. He's got the speed to stay with them, and let's see how that kind of develops into the second half at the end of this first half as well. But, yeah, we haven't seen anything from Hollywood Brown.
1st and 10, Lamar right side. That's Lamar Miller. Lamar connection, but a nice play by Reed able to get in there and rip the ball free. So make up a 2nd and 10.
Hey, you got to watch those quick throws to the flat. That can end up biting you right there if you're Lamar Jackson, because you see these Carolina Panthers are on their toes. They're not on their heels. They are aggressively pursuing the ball in the air. That could have easily been a pick 6 with the right jump on the ball.
2nd down to 10, Lamar Jackson dropping back to pass, waiting, looking, angle route over the middle. The Z-Star special. Lamar Miller holds onto it through a big hit. 3rd and 1 upcoming. While we have a second, I want to give a big shout out to our NBL Live sponsor this entire cycle. It is Elgato. Guys, Elgato's been a major supporter of the NBL Network for a very long time. Appreciate them coming on board. If you're looking to up your streaming game, make sure you head over to elgato.com and check out their wide array of streaming products. 3rd down and 1 for Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. 3-man rush from the Panthers. Jackson in trouble outside of the pocket. Kuechly running after him, and he'll just throw this one away. And maybe another decision? Maybe? Do they think about going for it here on 4th and 1?
They're going to play it safe. I'm actually surprised they even passed that ball, but when you didn't see Geis in the game, Lamar Miller wasn't in the game, you knew that was going to be a throw. You're just not going to get a handoff on 3rd and short to Justice Hill. He only has 33 carries on the season.
Kick is up, and it is good. 14-13 the score. Question is, does Baltimore's defense have a stop on them?
Yeah, 2 minutes left, 2-minute drill for Carolina. This is probably the most important drive of the game so far. An opportunity for Carolina to extend the lead and maybe even go into half having the last possession there.
Batson trying to get around the edge. We'll get to the 24-yard line. Big shout out to everybody hanging out with us. No, it's Sunday night. There's Sunday Night Football, but we appreciate you checking out the NBL Network. I'm Nick Pizesco, your NBL Network Director, along with Bomber, the Commissioner of the NBL. Guys, we got some fun streams coming up this week. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll have drops and giveaways, part of Madden Live. We're going to run a little Regs tournament here on the NBL Network. And then we've got the NBL Rookie Draft coming up on Thursday night. Trying to new format with that, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Corner out is wide open. Wow. Set your feet, Cam. Set your feet.
Yeah, but I like what I've seen from Cam so far. Even though that's a missed throw, a little inaccurate, out of the reach of the wide receiver, you got to think that's the right read, and they're kind of breaking this Ravens defense. Let's talk a little bit about Lamar Jackson. So far, he has 6 completions, 3 of them to Lamar Miller, 2 angle routes, and 1 quick little whip to the flat. So you haven't really seen Lamar Jackson really drive the ball down the field just yet. So we haven't seen any Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Cam Newton in the shotgun. A little Patriots split close action. And underneath, that's Curtis Samuel. First time we've called his name today. Out of bounds to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on play.
A nice little pass right there. Makes it a 3rd and manageable. It's going to keep Baltimore Ravens 3rd and long defense off the field. And this plays big here for the Carolina Panthers.
Shout out to Cameron Nugent with the follow here on Twitch. Appreciate it, my friend. Shout out to T-Train in the chat checking in from West Virginia, showing some love. 3rd and 5. Play action pass for Cam Newton. 3-man rush from the Baltimore Ravens. Some pressure up the middle. Gets hit as he threw, but delivers a dot to Cade. Ball comes out, and Young picks it off. It was an absolute pinball effect. It went from a beautiful play to absolute disaster. Baltimore in business at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Pierce gets his hand on Cam Newton, but then who I thought was the NBL Season 42 defensive most valuable player in the NBL, Earl Thomas, ET3, comes across, makes a big-time hit, ball pops in the air, they get an interception, and just like that, the turnover battle is now all knotted up at one.
All right, because of what's going on, man, good to see a handoff. Darius Geis right down Broad Street, takes a big hit. Bomber hits the Super Bowl for Season 42. These guys are laying the lumber left and right, looking like a Home Depot out here.
They are cracking right now here in the first half. I mean, hit sticks galore, and you got to wonder, who's going to be the first to put this ball on the ground?
2nd and 1 for Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens, trying to keep the undefeated season hope alive. Stretch run for Darius Geis. Kuechly trying to get out there. Good job by, I really like that run there from Z-Star, but Geis down holding his butt. Did he?
It looked like it actually could have been ribs there as well.
Did he hurt his ass? Was that an ass injury?
Yeah, he's got a butt sprain there from
Kuechly. Don't you hate when the Kuechly gives you with the tush sprain? Don't you hate it? See what happens with Darius Geis. They do have a very capable backup in Lamar Miller, who gets plenty of touches, but well, that's no good. Did y'all hear about the GGs in the first quarter of the Browns game today? I'm done. 1st and 10. Freddie Kitchens will be making a return tonight. Shotgun formation for Lamar. 4-man rush from the Carolina Panthers. Stepping up and sitting down. No room right side. Who else but Burns the play? Darius Geis, quad strain. Wasn't holding the quad, but it is a quad strain. He's out for the game.
Yeah, sometimes that quad radiates up the hip and getting a little pain there in the upper buttocks area there for Darius Geis. But that's a big loss. This superstar dev guy with Jukebox, so he's going to be missed here in the Super Bowl.
2nd and long. Lamar sitting down, taking another big hit. It was Thomas for his 2nd sack of the game. Carolina takes the timeout, getting aggressive. Back to a 3rd and 24.
I'll tell you what, if I'm coaching the Baltimore Ravens, I'm going into halftime, and I'm telling my guys, we're fortunate. If we go into halftime with a lead right now, I think they've been completely outplayed by the Carolina Panthers. They haven't done really anything that we saw them do throughout this season in the Super Bowl. It just doesn't look like they're just comfortable out there.
3rd and 24, just a draw play for Lamar Miller. Playing it very conservative, getting back to field goal range. T-Jax in the chat saying, got to put Lamar's legs to use. Bomber, that's something the Baltimore Ravens haven't really done this year. Lamar's thrown for 3,700 yards, but only 264 yards on the ground. This is a guy last year that used his legs a lot, as the field goal to take the lead is up and good. But last year, Z really trying to make an impact with the legs. But this year, just not as much more stable in the pocket.
Yeah, we're used to seeing 600, 700 yards from Lamar on the ground, and you're also seeing, 10-plus touchdowns. Have not seen it this year. Carolina, no timeouts here, 30 seconds. Can they weasel their way into field goal range and take the lead and kind of steal this lead from Baltimore? Baltimore's now scored 4 times. They've got 3 field goals and a touchdown. Carolina twice, 2 touchdowns. I think Carolina, my opinion, they've completely outplayed Baltimore right now. If Baltimore can just find any, life that they've used throughout this entire season and find their identity back, I think they'll walk away with this victory in the second half.
Don't forget, guys, coming up Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time, we got drops and giveaways. You're not going to want to miss it. 1st and 10, Cam in trouble. Batted down at the line. He had a couple receivers that looked like pretty open, but a nice job. The pressure finally getting there. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Hey, he had that seam kind of right in front of him, but Cam was looking, I think he was looking the double move on the left side, and he started looking underneath, just really missed out.
Second and 10, Cam Newton. How about a little screen pass? Christian McCaffrey, look at the tackle by Young like he was shot out of a cannon. Getting to C-Mac and dropping him for a 3-yard loss.
I thought C-Mac was going to be able to pick up about 10 and get out of bounds there, and it just didn't happen. It looks like we're going to go to the second half here. They're going to let the clock just run down. 16-14, Carolina, 2-point deficit. All things considered, Baltimore's got to be feeling pretty good about themselves.
Yeah, we have reached halftime. It is 16-14. Very even game. One timeout apiece. Baltimore a little more methodical. Carolina a little more explosive. Doesn't really feel like Bomber right now. Either team has the edge going into the second half.
No, and honestly, Carolina getting the ball to start this second half, if that interception didn't happen, the pop-up big hit from Earl Thomas, they might have had a touchdown or more lead right now and been able to get this ball to start the second half. And who knows? They could have extended to a 2-possession game and maybe really took control of this game.
All right, Tal, the band is called the Black Eyed Peas, not the Black Eye Peas. They didn't all get punched in the face and then go out and sang. The Black Eyed Peas, like the food. Jeez. 16-14 the score here in the season 42 Super Bowl. Reminder, Carolina going for back-to-back Super Bowl championships. Baltimore looking to complete the first ever completely undefeated season. Bomber, in the past, actually, we've seen teams go undefeated in the regular season. That's actually a curse for them. Baltimore able to reach the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's very tough to get to the Super Bowl. I've probably been undefeated, I think, 3 or 4 times. And I honestly believe it's not even worth that journey because it's just so tough to continue playing at that high level. But Baltimore has done it really throughout a tough schedule in the playoffs, and they've done it successfully. Let's see if they can continue that trend today and just walk home and kind of break the records here in the NBL.
Man, so what did you do to yourself? Second out and 8 for the Carolina Panthers, down by 2. Newton dropping back to pass. On second down, he's going to look for that dig route over the middle. That's Curtis Samuel, great possession catch. That is exactly how they drew that play up.
That was a nice throw right there for Cam Newton. The user's in the slot there. He's got to really start thinking about maybe playing outside against Curtis Samuel because he's getting a lot of chunk yards. Even DJ Moore, when he's outside and he's on some type of dig, crosser, he seems to really be at that next level.
I love that hot route of the slot guy to the drag because it pulled the hook curl in the middle as well as the user. DJ Moore takes the pop pass. He'll get near a first down at the 42-yard line. Fighting for it, they'll give it to him. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's the NBL Season 42 Super Bowl. It's NBL Live broadcast 321 here on the NBL Network, and we appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with us on this Sunday night. I'm Nick Mazesco, your NBL Network Director. Joining me, as always, the Commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. Back here Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We might have a little free agency stuff to do as well, but we'll have drops and giveaways for Madden Live, and then we got the NBL Season 43 Rookie Draft coming up on Thursday night. Looking over the top. Inaccurate pass, and Marlon Humphrey says, thank you very much. It's getting near December 25th, but it's already Christmas for the Baltimore Ravens, as that was a gift from Cam Newton.
That just wasn't a good read. Cam had his tight end open underneath. Probably should have just took him and took the yards. Remember, a field goal gives you the lead. Cam gets a little aggressive here on the run, and that's the second on-the-run throw that we've seen just terribly inaccurate, as Cam's got to settle down. That's just a high-risk, low-reward pass.
First and 10 for Baltimore now with the ball and the lead, but no Darius Geis. Lamar Miller will carry the load up to the 21-yard line. Give him 6 on first down.
Lamar Miller's going to get a lot of the carries now without Darius Geis. You just got to wonder, how much does the 30-year-old have left? He's known he's had some fumbling issues here in the NBL during this Madden 20 cycle. Can he put it behind him and make some plays? Week 16 versus Jacksonville, he had 9 carries for 149 yards, but he fumbled twice, so keep that in the back of your mind.
Second out of 4, little spread Y flex action for the Baltimore Ravens. Play action pass for Lamar Miller. Looks right over the middle to who else but his sure-handed tight end, Mark Andrews, with the first down catch. 7 of 10, 86 yards and a pick for Lamar Jackson. He hasn't had to do a whole lot.
No, not at all. That was just an easy read. Just step up, feet set. Find one of the better Pro Bowl tight ends in the NBL.
Brown coming in motion. Haven't called Hollywood Brown's name so far, as he's going to be matched up. It looks like he's got a mismatch. Luke Kuechly on him in the slot with the user. First down and 10. Why not hit Lamar Miller? A little slant route. Easy first down. So dangerous as a pass catcher as Lamar tops 100 yards through the air.
Yeah, 4 catches, 46 yards. He's kind of been the engine of this team. You've seen a little sprinkle in of Mark Andrews. We haven't seen anything from Hollywood Brown, which makes him really dangerous right now because one big catch opened this up to a 2-score lead. You're going to put a lot of pressure on Cam, who just hasn't been too consistent today in the big clutch moments.
Make sure you hit that follow button so each and every time we go live here on the NBL Network with more franchise action. So many guys and gals out in the chat, and we appreciate y'all spending your Sunday night with us and giving the NBL Network a watch. Hope you're enjoying the show, as that's a 4-yard gain for Justice Hill in at halfback. Coming up a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Justice Hill's going to get a little bit more carries because of guys not being able to go in the second half. So you're going to see Lamar Miller getting the bulk in the passing game, Justice Hill being a little bit of a spell back.
Lamar dropping back to pass. It's mid-blitz. He gets it to Hill on the outside, who takes a big hit to the 44-yard line. Man, Carolina hits every single one of these hit sticks.
Yeah, they're laying the lumber down in Baltimore. I'm just waiting for that fumble to happen because we haven't seen it yet. And Justice Hill takes a big hit, and you got to think maybe he's dropping the ball, but big 3rd and 1 coming up. If you can get close to picking up this one, a field goal with Justin Tucker might just be the answer for you.
If I'm Z, I'm on conservative right now because I'm not really using any special moves. 3rd and 1, wide open, Hollywood Brown. Oh, he looked like he was a shot out of a cannon from the right side. He had about 6 yards of space. You cannot have a linebacker. I don't care who they are. You can't have a linebacker matched up on Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, that just seems like maybe the defense adjusted at the last second. He ended up putting 54 on him, and he stood no chance right out of the snap. There was just no way that he was going to be able to run stride for stride.
Train is she alive? Got faded hard. 1st and 10. Gun punch action for Lamar Jackson. Driving back to pass, 4-man rush from the Carolina Panthers. Looking to the corner route. That's Conley. Reed gets over, makes a play. And Myrick almost able to come back and make the pick.
We haven't seen much from Lamar Jackson really driving the ball down the field. They use their running game to really move the chains. Their 3rd down percentage was 2nd in the NBL at 54% for NBL season 42. And it's primarily because they've been getting so much production running the ball. They've been in 3rd and manageable. So as you see right there, when Lamar's asked to really drive the ball, that was kind of a suspect throw.
And Train, now she's passed out in bed. Can't get that faded, man. 2nd and 10. Lamar Miller's going to be split out of the backfield. Jackson driving back to pass, waiting, looking, having a little corner route action to Sneed. Haven't called Willie Sneed's name today, but he picks up a 1st down. Nice read by Z-Star and Lamar Jackson inside the red zone.
Yeah, Willie Sneed was a favorable target for Lamar Jackson early in his career here in Madden 20. He kind of obviously fell off a little bit out of favor because he's not in their top 3 rotation. You got Conley, Boykin, and Brown. But on the season, 15 catches, 236 yards for Sneed, still sure-handed.
I'm going to hand off Lamar Miller right side. Thought he had an opportunity maybe inside to pick up some more, but tries to bounce it outside the tight end. Burns is there, only a 1-yard gain. Boy, Carolina needs a stop, needs to hold him to 3 here.
Yeah, I'd watch if I'm Z-Star. I'm watching the user. Any stretch run, he's really pursuing me outside. I would definitely look to try to bounce it back inside. I think he would over-pursue. Nice little toe tap right there. Toe tap
Hollywood. Hollywood Brown was not there in the first half, but he's making plays here in the second half. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. This is where they wish they had Darius Geis.
Maybe you see a little power run with Lamar Jackson here.
Wait, we already saw a little QB power action earlier. Let's see what they do out of the single back ace. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Lamar Jackson under center. Lamar Miller in the backfield. It's going to be a straight off handoff to Lamar Miller. And Silva says, listen, man, that's way too easy for us. As a insta shed in the middle, and they're going to lose 3 yards.
Yeah, they got to get a touchdown here. If I'm Baltimore, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to be a little aggressive here on this 2nd and goal. I'm not going to go back to a run. I'm going to see if Lamar Jackson can extend the play with his legs. If an initial slant ain't open, they're going back to the run here.
Single back ace pair. Miller running right at the tight ends, falling through players. It's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. What do you do if you're the Baltimore Ravens, undefeated, looking to win this season 42 Super Bowl?
100% they're running the ball here. They're not going to get cute. They're okay with taking the 3. Do not expect a pass here from Lamar Jackson, but if they do, they could really catch Carolina off guard.
Miller Thriller saying QB power with Lamar. Reese saying QB sneak. Motor saying Panther heavy. They're going to come out single back ace. Miller at the top of the eye, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Lamar Jackson. And they're going to take this all the way down to the fourth quarter. Put your 4s up in the chat. We got ourselves a heck of a ball game here from Tampa. It is the Ravens with a 2-point lead and the ball on the 1-yard line.
Biggest play of the game coming up right here. 3rd and goal. If they can get in, it's a 2-score game. If they get stopped, they really should think about it.
Pricey says flea faker. Love it. Stretch around. Miller can Boston make the play. He cannot. And this Lamar show is working out for the undefeated Baltimore Ravens as they extend their lead to 8. This extra point to get it to a 2-score game. Ball is down. Kick is up. And they can taste 19-0. They're up 9 here in the fourth quarter.
Baltimore just has to watch on this next drive that Carolina might get a little aggressive. You don't want to allow a quick score. You want some time to go off the clock. You want to try to hold the 3. You want to do all of the right things, keeping the offensive player in front of you. Do not let him get over the top. You got DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, guys you got to watch out for, CMC as well. But I expect Cam to get really aggressive on this drive, especially early in downs.
On the chat saying that was a top-tier drive quality. What does Carolina have to answer? In the fourth quarter, Cam dropping back to pass on 1st and 10, stepping up, looking down the middle. Why not? The burner, Curtis Samuel in between the zone, drop it in the pocket, and just like that, Carolina's on the other side of the 50.
Yeah, nice job recognizing that 2 high, cover 2 zone. Has a little bender route back to the middle, split the safeties, a little angle post. Watch out on the left side, pressed up against Curtis Samuel.
It's a bold call. You gotta think this is probably cover 2. He's got an audible out of it. Go to a little drive concept. First down at 10. Newton, here comes the pressure. 4-man rush. Good coverage downfield. But here goes Cam left side. You just can't forget about the legs of Super Cam. His 2nd carry of the game. It picks up a 1st down, and Carolina's in business.
Samuel actually had a step there on the left side. Little fade release. Go wide open.
He had a couple steps on the left side. A couple steps.
Yeah, I think he was worried about that single high being able to get over there. He plays it a little safer now. Hey, throw 2 picks. Try to play a little safer as the game progresses.
Looks like a little cover 3 action. It is indeed. Wait for the drag route to come open. That is Thomas. Steps out of bounds, picks up 5. Nice 1st down play. This is where you want Carolina, Bomber, because they've got so much speed. You got to tighten the field. So I think Baltimore's actually happy to have them here inside the 30.
It makes it much more difficult, and it's going to eat a little bit more time. But if I'm Carolina, I want to be in the end zone before that 4-minute mark. And then there's still a lot of ball.
Sorry, we got breaking news in the chat. Breaking news. Project Fat fell asleep. Shocking news from the nap master himself. Oh, that's shocking. He sleeps a lot. 2nd and 5. Oh, you know he wanted that seam. And there's nobody there. I'll take the sack. Are you excited for NBL Christmas where Fat's going to sleep for 19 hours a day? He's like a hibernating baby.
He's going to catch that Hogan leg drop early and often to start every day.
Good morning. Bum, 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 ba-da-da.
No, I'm coming NWO Hollywood Hogan. I'm going to probably take
wow. Dibs on Bischoff. 3rd and 9. Newton waiting, looking for more on the crossing route. Dangerous throw and the stop from the Baltimore Ravens. Once that field tightened up, Bomber, Carolina just couldn't get their weapons over the top, and they will attempt a field goal to cut it back to a 1-score game.
Yeah, nice job by Marlon Humphrey coming off that deep 3rd on the right, making a play while the ball was in the air, able to get a hand on the ball. Still a 6-point game.
Lucky Bite says, I never thought anything could overpower NBL Network's call, but my screaming baby is managing it. Babies will do that. 6-point game. Does Carolina have a stop defensively?
I'll tell you what, I've been talking about this fumble because of the hit stick ability of the Carolina secondary. That's their chance right now. If they can get aggressive tackling and crack this Baltimore Ravens
switch to
ball
balance.
carriers, you never know.
Switched it off of aggressive back to balance. Interesting call. I know they haven't had the success with the fumbles, but the hit sticks have been landing. There haven't been a ton of broken tackles. They're worried about the score over the top. It's Lamar Miller right down Main Street, spins off a tackle. How's that balanced tackling going? He picks up 7 on first down.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to give up a big run, trying to go for an aggressive tackle just yet. There's still a lot of game left, 3 timeouts, over 4 minutes left in the game. Can't milk clock till under 2 minutes. Carolina, you obviously can't allow a field goal. It makes it a 2-score game, but I expect them once they get closer to midfield, they maybe get a little bit more aggressive tackling.
Reminder, history on the line. Baltimore, undefeated, never had a 19-0 completely undefeated season. Baltimore looking to be the first here in the NBL in season 42. He's got the post route with Mark Andrews wide open. Boston closed down, but Mark Andrews is as sure-handed as can get. 1st and 10, Baltimore on the other side of the 50.
Yeah, that was a big-time catch because of the leg strength of Justin Tucker. He's already shown, I think he's already kicked 3 field goals so far. He's shown he can kick it from 57. They're going to probably run this ball and solidify themselves into field goal range.
Field goal extends it back to a 2-score game. Andrews with a big catch on that last play. 1st and 10. They sell out for the run, and Kuechly gets there, losing 3 on the plays. Lamar Miller, aggressive tackling back on. Carolina's defense needs to lock down. In the words of RG, they need a Hodor moment.
How fast are these linebackers and pursuit ability you're seeing from the secondary? The angles are phenomenal. The speed and the aggressiveness defensively for the Carolina Panthers has really been strong today. Baltimore, it's just 2 teams, 2 powerhouse teams going at it right now.
2nd and 12. Lamar Jackson dropping back to pass. Oh, cover 0 hero. Bold time to bring it out. Boykin, his first catch of the game. He'll pick up 5. A shade maybe inside field goal range. I don't know where the wind is going this way, but Tucker's already hit from 59. This would be a 60-yard field goal from here. Carolina needs its defense to come up with a major play.
Yeah, you got to think maybe a yard or 2. This has definitely got to be a run for Baltimore, but if they really want to put this game away, maybe they get a little aggressive here against Carolina.
Going into the gun split close pats. It's a couple nice passing plays from here, but there's some nice running plays as well, especially see what they do. Lamar Jackson dropping back, only a 3-man rush. Little X-drag wide trail. Hollywood Brown is open. Oh, did that just seal possibly a Super Bowl and undefeated season for the Baltimore Ravens? Hollywood Brown held quiet in the first half, looking like me in the second half. He is loud and all over the place.
Yeah, great job using Hollywood's speed to get east and west there, and he was able to take a 3-yard pass, turn it upfield, get a first down. He did get out of bounds, though, and stop the clock.
Bold call going with man coverage on 3rd and 8. Completely selling out. Handoff to Hill. He's to the outside. He's got a first down and more. Goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Unfortunately, like asking, how do I get in this league for PS4? We do not have a PS4 league. We're only on Xbox. We appreciate you checking us out.
High carrying for Justice Hill. He's at 88 carrying. Lamar Miller's at 89 carry, even though we have seen Lamar Miller go through some stunts where he fumbles the ball. But let's see who Baltimore goes with down the stretch as you see Justice Hill once again in the backfield.
My man Jaybird in the chat. What's going on, Jaybird? Good to see you, man. 1st and 10. Hill, Justice Hill, runs into Trey Boston. Boy, it's not good, Bomber, if you're a defensive team, when your safety has to make all the tackles on the running back. We have not seen this defensive line win the battle up front all day.
No, not at all. Let's see if Baltimore can put it away here and get a first down.
Jaybird, I'm just chilling, dog, being a draft champion. How are things with you? Oh, the old DC, man. I'm just, doing my thing, losing my voice. Hill left side, nowhere to go, and we're going to hit the 2-minute warning. And Carolina's bid for back-to-back Super Bowl titles, Bomber, it appears in looking like a Tuesday night here. There's a lot of jeopardy.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. You're hoping for a turnover here if you're Carolina. Some kind of hit stick to knock the ball out. Baltimore might even think, hey, man, it might just be worth taking a knee here and then kicking the field goal. They're going to be aggressive, trying to put this game away on the ground.
Reese, you surprised the Ravens aren't milking the play clock? Well, you can't until under 2 minutes, so no, he's following the rules. Come on, Reese, you've been here.
Here.
Jeez. I get D-Ho. He's not in the league, but Reese, come on, man. Come on, bro. Bro, come on. 4th and 5. Gonna run this clock down as far as they can now that it's under the 2-minute warning. Yes, Dio, we can't kill the clock until under the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. This will extend it back to a 2-score lead and put Carolina way behind the clock with 3 timeouts. Ball is down, kick is up, right down Main Street. Bomber is 19-0, incoming for the first time in NBL history.
It looks like it. All signs point in that direction. And I remember when this was a 14-13 game. Carolina had the ball. They were up. Everything seemed like it was going well. And then you get a tipped interception. Baltimore scores a field goal before half. It's still 16-14. Carolina drives down, and then Cam throws the ball on the run, throws another interception. Cam Newton has literally thrown this game away. And he's been pretty much a strength of this team, so it's kind of surprising to see him kind of melt down here in the Super Bowl.
Still 3 timeouts remaining for the Carolina Panthers. Crossing route, that's Curtis Samuel. Big click on and hit from Marlon Humphrey to pry that ball free. He's had a great game.
Yeah, this is one of the staples of the Baltimore Ravens defense is cover 4 drop contain. They like to run it out of dollar. It is a phenomenal defense. If you're trying to keep everybody in front of you, they play over the top coverage. Expect some more of that here on this final drive.
2nd down and 10. Gun punch action. Newton dropping back. 3-man rush from the Ravens. Stepping up. Gonna take a shot. Needs Samuel to make a play. And he makes a play. And Curtis Samuel to the house. He ain't over yet. The door's just been cracked open. A horrible defensive user with Earl Thomas, and Curtis Samuel gives Carolina life.
Yeah, you got to wonder right now if the Carolina Panthers were extremely smart for holding on to that timeout and allowing Baltimore before that field goal to burn the clock all the way down to 120. A lot of people would have panicked and used the timeout. They held on to theirs. So now they can go for an onside and then have an opportunity to still stop the Baltimore Ravens if they can't pick up a first down.
Carolina's going for the onside kick here.
I like it.
I like the call because a field goal doesn't hurt you. Here we go. Oh, nope, he switched back. JK, gotcha. Haha. Gotcha. Kick is going to go deep. Simpson going to take this inside the 5-yard line. Can they get a big turnover, a big hit, or will Simpson make this all for naught? What a return from Simpson to the 41-yard line. Takes it down inside of 1 minute to go. Carolina 3 timeouts. They need their non-existent run defense, Bomber, to show up when they need it the most.
Yeah, you got to wonder here if Baltimore would even think if it goes to a 3rd down of putting the ball in the air. Or are they just going to run it 3 times here? And if they do run it 3 times, they're going to have to get real lucky because this team has been phenomenal against the rush this season.
See how aggressive Baltimore is, how aggressive Carolina is. 1st down and 10, right up the middle as Lamar Miller bounces it outside. Oh, Bradbury, big tackle, but that's a huge 8-yard gain on 1st down. Where was the edge contain?
It wasn't there. He just kind of walked for 9 yards. That might cost him. 1st down ends the game here. Baltimore's probably going to be in some kind of heavy set. Yep, I formation. Expect them to pick this up and kind of end this game. We need Burns to get a play here.
Can Lamar Miller make the play? It's a stretch run. There's no room over there. Big play. Who else made it, Bomber? But Brian Burns with the tackle. 3rd and 3. Excuse me, that was Dantari Poe who slid to the outside. 3rd and 3. 1 timeout remaining for Carolina. Baltimore, do you even think about throwing the ball?
They threw it on 3rd down earlier, but this is a completely different scenario. I expect another run here, this one to Lamar Miller.
Here we go into the 4-3 for Carolina for the ball game. 47 seconds left. Miller at the top of the eye. Reed showing pressure. 2 wide receivers to the right side, now changing up the play. Perhaps an audible to a pass? See what they do on 3rd and 3. Flipping the play to the left side. It's going to be a pass. Oh, dropping back. Reed's in trouble. Looking underneath. That's Hollywood. Bradbury makes the play, and Carolina is in business. They saved their timeout. They only need a field goal. Is the bridesmaid still alive?
40 seconds left, 1 timeout. I mean, if everything plays according to plan like it did on the last drive, they might not even need this timeout. What a phenomenal display here
Oh,
defensively for the
why are you
Carolina
taking
Panthers.
this punt? Why are you taking this at the goal line? You need all the time you can, and you take it at the goal line. You could have had it at the 20. Instead, you're starting at the 15. They need a field goal. Let me know who's winning this game. 33 seconds, one timeout for Carolina. Give me a 1 for Carolina. Give me a 2 for Baltimore. Bomber, the season 42 Super Bowl coming down to the wire.
I think Curtis Samuel got his X factor going right now, too. If he can get single coverage there on the left side, it looks like too high.
Me is activated. And look at Samuel's going to be on that fly route. He's over the top. He's got one-on-one down the field. Cam's going to take off. A little swerve, making a miss. Sliding down at the 36-yard line, and Carolina will use that final timeout.
Well, here's what you're looking at. If they can get to the 40 on the other side, then spike this ball, I mean, there'll be seconds left, but there'll be an opportunity. Oh, look. Samuel still has his double me activated.
Got double me. Newton, play action pass like we thought he was going to run it. Rolling out right side. The coverage is good. He's going to take a shot to Samuel, who's got double me, and Thomas undercut it. And the Baltimore Ravens with a huge defensive play from their defensive MVP. Earl Thomas gives Baltimore the 19-0 undefeated season and will make the Ravens the season 42 Super Bowl champions.
What a phenomenal play by Earl Thomas. I would have said he was beat. That was a nice read there by Cam. He trusts his arm. He slings it out there to one of the fastest wide receivers in the NBL. But, man, the old 32-year-old wily veteran Earl Thomas comes away with the play of the day, the play of the season, probably the most memorable NBL Super Bowl championship play I've ever seen. How did he catch up?
The Earl of Thomas turning in to the Earl of Clutch. Zeros on the clock. The Baltimore Ravens. Zeros on the loss column. 19-0, and they are your season 42 Super Bowl champions. Bomber, the bridesmaid finally becomes the bride.
Yeah, this is a guy that's really struggled in Super Bowls. I think he was 2 for 7 coming into this game. Now he's going to be 3 for 8. It's trending up, but he does it on a perfect season. This is definitely something we will all remember in the NBL community, as well as a Super Bowl, just historical moment there. Earl Thomas played a phenomenal season, and then at the clutchest of moments, he continued his success and made one of the most spectacular plays in the air that I've ever seen.
Lamar Miller filling in for Darius Geis, Earl Thomas, and Marlon Humphrey making some big plays. The Ravens are your season 42 Super Bowl champions. What a night, guys. So happy to have you guys along with us here for the season 42 Super Bowl. Reminder coming up as the player of the game is Tavon Young with 1 interception. Sure, why not? We've got broadcast coming up Tuesday night. It's going to be on Madden Live, so we're going to have drops and giveaways right here, twitch.tv/NBL Network. Hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. Must be following to win the giveaways. Don't know what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure it out. And then Thursday night, we'll have our NBL Season 43 Rookie Draft. Ric Flair asked your pick for MVP. It's Earl Thomas because he made the game-winning play, just like that. What a night. Bombers Season 42 is in the books. We're on to 43.
Yeah, man, another phenomenal season for the NBL, and wow, what a tribute there to the Baltimore Ravens at the end. Lamar Jackson, ET3 didn't even make the podium. Something's wrong, man. We got to fix that.
What a game. So happy you guys could see it. We hope we will see you throughout the year on NBL Live and for all of our shows here on the NBL Network. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League, and follow us on Twitter at NBL Network and at Bomber League for all your news and upcoming streams of the NBL Network. What a night. Join us Tuesday night one more time. Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time for Madden Live action, drops, and giveaways right here on the NBL Network. A phenomenal night, and I've set my voice back about 4 weeks. But it was absolutely worth it. A memorable Super Bowl. Congratulations to Z-Star and the Baltimore Ravens. 19-0. And they are your season 42 NBL Super Bowl champions. Thank you so much for joining us. For my co-host Bomber, I am Nick Mazesco. We will see you Tuesday night for Madden Live and throughout next season right here on the NBL Network.
I just want to say, hey man, this is T.O., cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.